Can you eat salt while on prednisone? And if so, how much? Hi, I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist, and I was asked this question in response to a video I made of the 3 foods to avoid while on prednisone. And essentially, this person is wondering, okay, if one of the foods to avoid is salt, how much salt can I have, right? Because there's no way to avoid complete sodium restriction. Sodium chloride is table salt, and so how much is safe? The reason to avoid salt on prednisone is because the way prednisone works is it's affecting your ability to have high blood pressure because your body wants to be able to run away from an emergency threat. Because prednisone mimics your body's hormone cortisol, and cortisol is designed to help us survive stressful situations like a famine or being chased by a tiger. And so if we give sodium in addition to prednisone, then it's a problem because prednisone is telling your body to hold on to sodium in the kidneys. And then the kidneys are getting rid of potassium. So you're getting an imbalance. You're getting low potassium and high sodium. And when there's that kind of an imbalance, that does 2 things. First, that causes bloating or water retention, and that causes water weight gain. That causes you to have like swollen joints. Like I had swollen knees when I was on prednisone. And then all of that extra fluid makes it so that your body has a harder time pumping all the blood, which means it has to increase your blood pressure. So most people who take prednisone get higher blood pressure. Whether it gets into the realm of full-blown high blood pressure is a different story. But generally, it's making your blood pressure go high. And the higher the dose of prednisone you're taking, the higher your blood pressure generally goes. And so what's a simple way to cope with this? Simplest way is to minimize your dietary intake of sodium. And to be more specific, to follow the DASH guidelines, DASH, Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. And they have a specific guideline, a DASH diet, and it shows healthy food choices you can make to minimize your sodium intake. I don't want you going to 0 sodium because having 0 sodium can also be fatal. So we don't want to go to 0, and also it's like nearly impossible to do, but we do want to minimize it. Definitely under 2,000 milligrams a day, somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 might be right for you, but you need to talk to your doctor about your specific situation. This can change whether you have kidney failure or other situations. And so this is a general recommendation, but it's not specific, and you need to talk to your doctor. And if you have one, your nutritionist, to find out exactly what the right amount of sodium is for you. But if you're just generally wondering, minimize sodium by not using table salt at the table when you're eating and eating simple, healthy foods that are not ultra processed. So the more processing a food does, generally the higher the sodium in it. So like if it's crackers that come in a box or it's cereal that comes in a box, if it comes in a box, it probably has high sodium. So essentially eating foods that are natural, that came straight from the dirt, like potatoes, the closer to the sun, the better it is for you because it's the less likely it has sodium. So that's what I'd recommend, is to minimize your sodium intake by eating minimally processed whole foods. And if you're wondering what other mistakes people often make while taking prednisone, because eating salt is one of the mistakes people often make, you should check out my prednisone checklist. It includes the top 7 mistakes people make while taking prednisone and exactly what you can do to minimize your risk for those. You can get it by clicking the link below and downloading it now. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.